Hello everybody, welcome to Royal Roads University. My name is Steve Grundy and I'm the VP Academic and Provost here. Firstly, I'd like to thank you all for coming today to the official opening of our new building, the Learning and Innovation Centre. The story is often told of Royal Roads and it's a history that began with the Dunsmuir family who built Hatley Castle. But of course, the human history of the land goes back much further to when it was a gathering place for the Coast Salish people. We're grateful to the Coast Salish people for sharing their territory, traditions and teachings and acknowledge the traditional territory on which the university sits. I would like to introduce Greg Sam, our Aboriginal Relations Coordinator, and ask him to offer a traditional blessing and welcome. Greg?
Virginia McHenry? Go ahead, stand with us. Thank you very much, Steve, and welcome everybody. We'd just like to take a small part in the opening of the new building, and we'd like to do a couple of songs to ensure that all goes well in terms of what's going to be provided here from Chichamista, Royal Roads University campus. To the faculty, staff, board of governors, advisory committee, students, and all the people that work here. So just to ensure that the communication works effectively and to look at the support that is being directed to all of the students, to the building itself, and yes, I think everybody's in big appreciation of the new building. Thanks to many people, and I don't think it's my responsibility to thank them, but I think that they'll be acknowledged later. So we'd just like to do a song. And we'd like to do a prayer song. Can you all stand, please? Thank you very much. I think the prayer, speaks for itself. The song, the energy that's being provided, the medicine to look at the mind, the body, the spirit, and the emotions. And I think that's all something that we all take care of on a daily basis. And I want to thank Virginia McHenry and President Alan Cajon and Dr. Mary Bernard for standing with us. We'd like more people up here, but we've been advised we can't fill the stage up. And we're afraid, like they say, we're afraid of going against the people that organize. But thank you very much. We'd like to sing now, I guess, a victory song, which is, I think, in order. So a victory song for the accomplishment of building this new LIC building, and the people that worked so hard for it, and they'll be acknowledged. You'll hear who it was. So we just like to do a victory song now. Oh, 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 and thoughts for people that take a very, I guess, critical part in terms of the learning, the teaching, the understanding, and working together, and the people that facilitate many of the events that happen here. And I think we know who they are, like with Tony, to give him some words of encouragement, and everyone, and to thank everyone. And I think, again, that's not our responsibility, but we will thank everybody for taking part. And we have one more song that my son-in-law and daughter are going to sing that's very powerful and very energetic, to instill some, again, some what you call energy, we call medicine. A feeling of understanding. Open up your mind, your body, spirit, and emotions to see, to hear, to understand. And mostly, I guess we're directing our attention to First Nations knowledge. I think we're here to provide that information to you. And I say to President Alan Cahoon, Icho I just asked him how he was. He said he's fine. Chubby, if you would. Oh, one more thing. It's my wife, Marilyn. Sorry, my wife, Marilyn. My son-in-law, Walter, and my daughter, Stacy. If you would, please. And thank you very much for your time and your attention and your commitment to come here to take part in the opening. And thank you for allowing us to be a small part of the ceremony today. Hi, chap, here was siempre gelatin in the Quillia. You would hog them need an item in Squalon, who won't come to Squalon. To have a good mind and a strong mind. Hichka, thank you. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg, and the drummers and singers. In 1995, this university opened, inheriting a military college built for about 300 full-time in-residence officer cadets. Over the last 15 years, we've steadily introduced new programs and now have 50 undergraduate and graduate programs here at the university and an enrollment of around just under 5,000 students. We've done this by adopting a blended model of education, combining on-campus studies with online studies using technology. All on a campus designed for traditional lecture-style delivery for 300 officer cadets. So we're delighted, therefore, to be opening our first building that is custom-built, essentially, for this university. And that truly reflects our teaching model. You'll notice as you walk around that there are no traditional lecture theatres. You won't see the tiered lecture halls that you would see at another institution. All our classrooms are built to be flexible, changeable, arrangements that can be changed between classes and that adopt to our learning models. You'll also find as you walk around that there are many breakout rooms reflecting on our value and importance that we give to teams and collaborative learning. There are media labs to allow our students access to multimedia production, and there are also studios to allow our faculty to produce the highest quality materials for our online students, as well as present real-time streamed panel discussions, for example. We've been using them recently to do that. We also have state-of-the-art video conferencing facilities, allowing us to communicate with our students and faculty all over the world. For faculty and academic staff, this building represents a model of our innovative approach to education and allows us to take it very much to the next level. I'd like now to introduce Alan Cahoon, President of Royal Roads University.
Well, thank you for being here this afternoon. It's great to welcome friends and colleagues to celebrate, as Steve has described, an important event for Royal Roads and its life and its evolution. I'd like to recognize our Federal Minister for Nanaimo and Alberni, Dr. James Lenny, Minister of Advanced Education, Naomi Yamamoto, Mayor Saunders, Mayor-elect Hamilton, Mayor Desjardins, members of council, members of our Board of Governors, Royal Roads Fellows, former Chancellor and President Dr. Bob Skeen, colleague and a good friend of our university, Camosun President Catherine Lauren, campus colleagues, our contractors, our architects, and our builders who are responsible for this. Heichka, thank you very much for being here and being part of this celebration. As Steve said, we were created by the Government of British Columbia in 1995 with a very unique and specific mandate to provide mid-career professionals with a way of furthering their education without giving up their jobs or their lives. It's about making education relevant, current, and demand-driven. This commitment to this mandate, this legislation, continues to evolve in the nature of the programs that we are designing now in terms of applied and professional programs and in new delivery models. And it's reflective of our most recent vibrant internationalization strategy, which again builds on the platform of the uniqueness of why we were established. A Royal Roads education produces critical thinkers who are not only literate in the areas of academic study, but they excel in it. Today we celebrate the creation of this beautiful building, but more importantly, we celebrate the opportunity to build on the tremendous record of the achievements of our professors, our students, our researchers, and our communities. Our alumni represent now over nearly 17,000 alumni. They're active in over 60 countries. These are professionals applying their learning to address some of the world's greatest challenges and opportunities. I just returned from China, where we have recently signed agreements to develop programming in the areas of environmental management, education, enterprise, and disaster response. We signed programs and partnerships that will result in enhanced collaboration and business partnerships between British Columbia and China. These new programs build on a 10-year record of delivering our MBA in Hong Kong, China, and Taiwan. We have one of the largest MBA alumni networks in China, in the region, with over 4,000 working professionals. And I attended last weekend the largest alumni event that I've participated in. Was over 700 Chinese and Canadian graduates who spent part of the time identifying business-to-business opportunities and potential areas of new collaboration. That's what the education is about, is preparing professionals and given them the opportunity to take leadership roles both domestically and internationally. For Royal Roads University, the future is always at our doorstep. We connect with those opportunities earlier than our traditional university colleagues. That idea of being responsive to what the opportunity is and the needs of the province. And I would share that with President Lorne about Camosun College, the idea of a direct connection with labor market and responding to that demand. It's something that we sense as a university. All of this underscores the importance of establishing a globally linked Center for Dialogue and the technology-enriched space in the Learning and Innovation Center that Steve has talked about. The investment made by the people of British Columbia and Canada to create this building will create a tremendous return through our teaching and research, the nature that we do it, through supporting business growth and development, by creating sustainable communities, through leaking expertise around the globe to our home in Canada, on Canada's west coast, by developing global citizens and global leaders who have the skills to address the critical challenges that we face today. Today, we offer our gratitude to the federal and provincial governments for their combined force to bring this project to being. This investment will have far-reaching benefits, and your foresight in making it possible is a great credit to you. The world continues to change, and to remain relevant, we must change with it. We are embracing a greater commitment to global citizenship. This occurs through contact, through trade, and through collaboration. Education provides the pathway into activities and initiatives that ensure innovation, economic prosperity, social advancement, and environmental sustainability. Our Royal Roads is committed to a unique, innovative, and demand-based approach to education that serves the needs of its community. We are grateful for the investment in this future that the province and the federal government have made by providing the funding for this Learning and Innovation Center. Thank you. I appreciate the support that we've been given by both levels of government. I would now like to ask a Member of Parliament, Dr. James Lunny, to say a few words on behalf of the federal government.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be on this campus on such a beautiful day. It's like this all the time in British Columbia, isn't it? And on the coast. Somebody told me when I was coming yesterday that I might expect stormy weather and big winds, and what was that all about? It's like this all the time, isn't it? Minister Yamamoto, President Cahoon, Vice President Gundy, and Vice President Peter Corns. Ladies and gentlemen, invité distingués, mesdames et messieurs, it's a great pleasure to be here today. I'd just like to begin by thanking our Greg Sam and our First Nations and his family and friends. Thank you so much for that warm welcome and blessing. And it makes a huge difference. Talk about a global village. It's so interesting, the very warm welcome that we received. We came in, we were greeted by singing
I don't know if that was all still going on when you all came in today, but it was like coming into a village. Greetings. So it's a very interesting atmosphere that you've created here at Royal Roads, a very welcoming atmosphere, and one where we hope you have much success with a new model of learning. And we wish you every success with that. It's a great pleasure, as I said, to be here on these beautiful grounds on Royal Roads campus for today's celebration. And I'm pleased to be here not only as a Member of Parliament from Vancouver Island, but representing the Minister of State for Science and Technology, the Honourable Gary Goodyear, who is responsible for implementing the Knowledge Infrastructure Program. Royal Roads has established itself as a 21st century institution for working professionals with a special focus on sustainable communities, the environment, and innovative learning. Now, I know you have a proud history of association with Canadian Forces and Department of National Defence, and not only a strong base of military alumni, but you continue to have a strong relationship with the Canadian Forces to meet military educational requirements. Now, forgive me if I digress for just a moment, but I wanted to just remark on a very unique experience in Ottawa yesterday that took place on the occasion of the successful conclusion of the Canadian Forces mission in Libya. Friends, Ottawa saw first yesterday as the Governor-General awarded the Canadian commander, Charles Bouchard, a Meritorious Service Medal in front of Parliament and reviewed 2,000 military on parade. The capital shook as a low-level fly past included a giant C-17 Globemaster, Hercules aircraft, Auroras, Sea King, refueling aircraft, and a 17 F-18 Escort, low-level right over the Parliament buildings. It was a first. A proud moment to recognize the dedication, the discipline, the capability of our men and women in uniform and their willingness to take on the tough assignments we ask them to do. Royal Roads continues to be a great asset to enable leadership development of our armed forces and a great contributor to empowering a new generation with the knowledge and skills to succeed in a rapidly changing world. Friends, in 2009, as our response to a worldwide economic meltdown, we developed an economic action plan. You can see that nicely laid out for you here. Part of that plan included more than $2 billion in investments in Canada's colleges, universities, cégeps, through the Knowledge Infrastructure Program. Together with our provincial territorial partners, this program leveraged more than $5 billion towards helping to renew, modernize, and improve facilities at campuses across the country. Through the Knowledge Infrastructure Program and with funding from British Columbia, $5 million plus was allocated to Royal Roads toward the construction of the Innovative Learning Commons within the Learning and Innovation Centre. So it's just a delight to be here and see what you've created with that money. You may recall during that period that the buzzword during the Economic Action Plan was, were you shovel ready? We were looking for projects that were shovel ready. That meant the institution had to have plans in place and be ready to move to attract Knowledge Infrastructure Program funding. So right away, I'd like to congratulate the Royal Roads Administration for moving quickly to seize the opportunity. Because you were ready, Royal Roads generated jobs for engineers, for architects, for construction workers, landscape architects, and many others right here in Victoria and the Western communities at a time when they were needed most. And again, look what you've created here. I think it's something that you can be very proud of. I understand the new Learning Commons provide space for formal and informal learning activities that support competencies in areas of human-computer interactions, a center that acts as incubation facilities for industry and research, and a home for the Digital Innovation for Mobile Engagement, aka DIME project. Now, I'll just congratulate someone for coming up with that innovative acronym and leave it to others to explain exactly what that means. But I'm proud to say that investments under this program have created and maintained jobs across Canada and made a difference to many Canadians and their families. But these investments are making a difference for the future. Modernizing and improving research and training facilities at Canada's universities and colleges, fueling innovation, creating opportunity for entrepreneurial minds and businesses that will create employment and drive forward Canada's competitive edge with a knowledge-based economy. We're working to ensure that Canada's universities and colleges continue to train the highly skilled researchers and workers of the future for the benefit of all Canadians. Finally, on behalf of the Government of Canada, let me conclude by offering congratulations to President Cahoon, administration here at Royal Roads University. This new facility is pregnant with possibilities. I'd like to add my personal best wishes that it shall indeed foster abundant, innovative research and deploy a new company of empowered entrepreneurs to harness the potential of human ingenuity and create opportunities for economic advancement and employment of tomorrow. Congratulations to everybody. Well done. Haichika.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lenny. It's great to have the opportunity to recognize what the federal government has done in the stimulation, and I assure you we were shovel ready, and if we weren't, we would deny it anyway. So, Bob, we were shovel ready, weren't we? Absolutely. It's my pleasure to introduce Minister Naomi Yamamoto, Minister of Advanced Education. The minister has been here earlier and seen the facility when she first was appointed to this ministry, and we are delighted that she's back to celebrate the opening. So, Minister, thank you for being here.
Thank you, and it is wonderful to be back. So last time I was in this room, there were a few step ladders and things hanging off the ceiling. I had no fear that this would be done in time for your September intake. But again, it is a pleasure to be here, and I'd like to also recognize that we are on the traditional grounds of the Esquimalt Songhees First Nations. And boy, is it ever beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We've got the ocean meeting the trees. Something similar to where I come from in North Vancouver as well. And I think that I can fully understand what attracted Robert Dunsmuir to this place, to envision setting up a home here for his family a century ago. And another vision now is coming to fruition. And of course, that is this university that's focusing on the sustainable surroundings combined with this incredibly innovative partnerships that you created with your faculty, students, and students and institutions from other countries. Absolutely wonderful. I will also like to bring greetings on behalf of Premier Christy Clark. She's just come back from an incredibly successful trade mission to China and India, and I know that Royal Roads was prominent in that as well. In fact, I understand that there was a partnership, that agreement that was signed between Royal Roads and China. 7 partnerships were signed. And this is great because these initiatives support the BC Jobs Plan, and our goal is to increase the number of international students coming to British Columbia by 50% in the next 4 years. And I know that Royal Roads also has an aggressive target as well. I don't know if Cindy is here, Cindy McLeod, but I look forward to working with her in reaching these goals. So today we're here to celebrate the Learning and Innovation Center. The addition of this center to this campus is an important part of our government's promise to expand programs related to business and the economy, two areas which Royal Roads has served British Columbia so well. We know that right across British Columbia, post-secondary infrastructure investments will continue to have a great positive long-term impact on our communities. Thousands of current and future students and faculty will have access to the wonderful facility on this campus. And more than ever, we have to recognize that our biggest challenge in the next decade will be to ensure that we have the right, the skilled workers to fill those jobs that we know we're going to be seeing in this province. And we know that we can maximize our potential if we do that correctly. So our government does believe that post-secondary education and skills development will enable British Columbians to support their families with good jobs and compete successfully in the global economy. And we're working together. We're not going to do this alone, but with our partners, and to ensure that our BC education system is top-notch. And I know that, Dr. Cahoon, when you go to countries like China and India, one of the things they think about when they think about Canada, because frankly they're not thinking so much about BC, they're thinking about Vancouver, they think about Canada, is that we're a safe and welcoming jurisdiction, but we also have a great reputation for the quality education that we provide. Recently, BC's post-secondary institutions were rated amongst the best in the country, and that was by the Globe and Mail in their 2011 Canada University Report, or Canadian University Report, and also the Maclean's magazine, National University Rankings. And I know that Royal Roads compared very, very well to universities across Canada in a number of the categories, and it's something that you can be very, very proud of. So thank you again for this invitation to be here. This is one of 39 KIP, or Knowledge Infrastructure projects that occurred in British Columbia, and I can tell you that the partnership with the federal government was very, very good. BC got more than our share of the Knowledge Infrastructure project funds, and in fact we were the first province to actually sign an agreement for a KIP project. So we were there ready and willing to take advantage of the infrastructure program that has been so successful. Well, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Minister. Not to forget who this was built for, of course. It wasn't built for us, it was built for students. And I would like to introduce Chelsea Smith, President of the Royal Roads University Student Association, who brings greetings on behalf of the students. I think she's coming in on screens here.
Good afternoon. I'm Chelsea Smith, the Royal Roads Student Association President. I'm out of the province at this time, but happy that my virtual presence is made possible. Thank you kindly for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the student body. I am thrilled to join the celebration of the official opening of the Learning and Innovation Centre. I'm pleased to speak to the influence of the building like the LIC because I, like many students, understand that it is more than just a beautiful and shiny new building. The Learning and Innovation Centre fosters growth and creativity. The open concept layout, large classrooms, and natural light create an easy learning environment that is generous and comfortable. The Learning and Innovation Center means accessibility for students. The breakout rooms, Mac Media Labs, and general operational quality of all the classrooms allow for ease and experimentation. The Learning and Innovation Center promotes exploration, advancement, and our dedication to sustainability. The students are proud to have a cutting-edge learning environment that encapsulates the spirit and drive of our university. I know my cohort has already put every feature of the LIC to good use and benefits tremendously from the structure and amenities. I am confident that the Learning and Innovation Center will also draw in potential students and help to establish our campus. Thank you to all involved in building the LIC. This building has already greatly impacted our learning experience and our greater understanding of Royal Roads University. Thanks so much and have a great afternoon.
Now I'd like to invite Minister Yamamoto and Dr. Lunny and President Cahoon up. You can see here we have the official ribbon, but of course this is a Royal Roads sustainability ribbon. I have the implements. We go.
I think you get in the middle.
We'll flank you.
Which, it's not all right. We already decided that the row's in the middle. The row's in the middle.
Oh, I don't want to cut this. This is so nice.
It's too nice. We better get together and make one cut.
It's maybe who's more experienced in gardening.
Is it this way or is it this way?
Does anybody know?
Well, that's not what you have. You've got the opposite.
It can work either way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look up.
All right.
All right.
This is a learning opportunity.
I hope there's no electric wire in the middle of this. Okay.
We're sure it's all organic.
I think so.
3, 1, 2, 3.
You get to keep the shears.
Those are really cool.
Well, exactly, that's your souvenir.
You don't want to keep the
I
shears?
don't think they'll let me on the plane with them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they can recycle.
So I'd like to thank everybody for coming to this part of the event. Now I think we have some cake. And so please join us for a cake cutting ceremony just outside the doors here. Thank you for coming.